So, welcome back to the podcast. Today's episode is very special. Do you know why? It is not because it is about a doctor, not because it is about USMLE, because it is about the journey behind it. In today's time, students especially wonder, should I stay in India? Should I go abroad? Should I prepare for USMLE, or is it worth preparing for research in the MBBS first year or second year? Our guest here has lived those questions. From starting research during early MBBS, then preparing for USMLE, joining various organizations, working in the US, doing internships, he has lived his life and again came back to India. We'll know everything about it. So, first, um, I want Sir to introduce himself.
Hi, myself Dr. Shashank Kranti Kiran.
So, sir, I want to describe you in the MBBS space as the
Okay.
unusual MBBS student
Unusual MBBS. Okay.
because you have done research at an early age, and
Yeah.
that too before 4 to 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, what do you say? What kind of MBBS student were you in the MBBS? Observer, ranker, average?
Uh, I think I would say curious.
Curious.
Yeah. So more curious student, looking for new things every day, trying to learn new things every day. Yeah.
So, when did you realize you wanted to do something more than just studying MBBS and writing, that you decided to do research?
Research I got introduced by all the faculty members once they had come to our classroom in first year, right in the I think maybe first 3 months of first year. That's how when they told about the process, I got inquisitive and I got the interest actually raised from that point and onwards, and slowly I started to get to know more about it and got on that journey.
So, you started in your first year.
First year, yeah.
And did you apply for ICMR?
Yeah. So first year, I, as the faculty introduced, it was about ICMR itself. It was about the ICMR cycle, and I think that was the right time when the cycle was about to begin, ICMR annual cycle. So when the staff told me the process right from step one, that is sending the abstract to ICMR, to later getting approved by ICMR, then taking institutional ethics committee permission to start the research and research. So yeah, the process started with ICMR. I got
So,
selected in first year.
before going any deep, when I'm currently in second year, right?
Mhm.
And when I was in first year, I did not know what ICMR is. So, can you please make viewers
Okay.
understand it?
So ICMR, the full form stands for Indian Council of Medical Research. So they encourage people to do research in every realm of medicine possible. But for medical students, they have this thing called as STS, short term studentship, which is a short course of research on a short or medium length topic, where you can do research with with being paid by the government, like some amount of stipend will be paid every month for research, because research definitely comes with a lot of expenses. So institution also supports, but if you want something more, then government also pays a stipend throughout the period of research. Usually it's for 3 to 6 months.
Can you tell me how did you think about your first research topic and what was it?
First research topic, actually, when the faculty came and told the class, then I approached the same faculty. That the faculty is Dr. Nagalakshmi ma'am, who was my first guide and my best guide for research, has been guiding me throughout the MBBS course. So the topic, actually, I was interested in something related to CNS, the in the subject physiology. So something around the nervous system, brain, and all. So that time, my guide only came up with this topic. The topic is like impact of sleep quality in shift working people. In my case, it was shift working nurses, and its effects on cognition. So that was a topic.
So, I've heard a lot about you regarding volunteering, membership of organizations, societies, and everything.
Yeah.
Can you tell the viewers about what all you did and how should we as students enter into it?
Yeah. So I think this part of the thing started in the second year, because in first year none of my seniors were into any of these things, as I know from my college. But once I did this research, got approved by ICMR, and once I completed the research project, so then I started to go for conferences right from second year. The first conference I went was called as Trinity. It was held in Lokmanya Tilak Municipal Medical College, Sion Hospital, Mumbai. So there, a lot of Mumbai students and people across country had come, whom I say met and understood what they were doing in different parts of India. That's how I got introduced to an organization called MSAI,
MSA.
Medical Students Association of India, which help medical students right from first year up to internship to learn about various things and also organize a lot of social impact activities. So that I started my volunteering journey. So membership, that was the first membership which I took. Then later on, as I say discovered and decided to go on the USMLE path, then I used to look for the membership in the subject I was interested in. So I was interested in neurosurgery. Then I applied for this membership called CNS, Congress of Neurological Surgeons. A lot of, I mean, not all the American societies have student membership for free, completely free, right from first year to final year. So anyone interested can take all the American society memberships. All the medical students can just go to the website and there will be membership portal. So there you have to select a student member, medical student member. When you select that, you need to like get a letter from your college saying that you are studying in this year in this college and this university, and if the college principal signs that letter and you email it to them, you will get the membership. So I took few memberships like Congress of Musical Surgeons, North American Spine Society, Robotic Surgery membership, and few European neurosurgery membership. So few memberships which I took, and they helped me get more and more exposure in the field, and helped me get more contacts and more information regarding research also.
So,
So yeah.
sir, with you as my inspiration in the first year, I
Mhm.
started doing research. But for the students who are not doing research,
Mhm.
can they attend conferences?
Yeah, definitely. Because I told you, right, the first conference I went in Mumbai, the Trinity LTMMC, there I discovered about everything, not just about the conference or the research which I was presenting there. I discovered about MSCI. I discovered how people are preparing for the university exams, for the NEET exams, for the USML exams, for the PLAB exams, for the Australian Medical Council exams. So, so in conference, you get to meet firstly a lot of new people, make a lot of new friends across India. Then you understand what's the culture in different medical colleges across India, what kind of things they're doing. Because I studied in Hubli Dharwad, which is not a big place, and exposure is not much here. So if you attend a conference in a national institute like AIMS, JIPMER, or a national conference organized by any good institute, then people across India will come. That's how the main thing, even for people who are not doing research, is to get out exposure.
So, um, as you know, failure is a lesson in life, in everyone's life.
Yeah,
So, was there any failure in your research, or when was
research
your first failure research?
research failure. Yeah. So I was doing this project in my third year. It was the impact of like cardiac autonomic functions in preeclamptic women. How does that affect the fetus? So that research, we were using this device. I don't want to name the company, which measures the cardiac autonomic functions in a pregnant woman. It was like a yoga mat, and the woman has to lie down and it has to measure. So that thing my college had got. So when my college got that instrument, I decided to do a research project on that. So when I started doing, multiple times I tried, the machine never worked. We called a technician to fix, but it still didn't work. Then yeah, that was, maybe you can consider not a failure of research, but I faced setbacks. Then later waited for another 2 3 years for a different machine to come in which can measure the cardiac autonomic function, and finally then shifted to that. And yeah, so setbacks are part of life for everyone. So when setbacks come, because you would have put in a lot of effort initially to write the abstract, to get the institutional ethics committee approval after the meeting, and a lot of efforts, it might break your heart a little, but you should always hope and pursue it till it gets done.
So, we can change the topic in between,
Yeah, yeah,
and we can continue with the research.
yeah. Not see the topic exactly, but you have to try and see the ways around the traditional conventional path. How else you can get it done, or what are the different approaches you can take to get to reach your end destination, to reach the goal of completing the project. So like that, try to figure out different ways, and if something is not working, be patient. That is what research has taught me, because firstly, nothing is easy. It takes a lot of time. So you have to be patient throughout the process.
So I can call you a young scientist doing research in the first year. As you can see, people when you are in a first year,
Mhm.
people in second year, third year, your seniors,
Seniors.
they must have told you that you are doing research, you're in the first year only. Take some break. What you are doing, enjoy life. So how was their discouragement regarding this, and how did you manage it?
As far as I remember, I don't think they actually discouraged me. I mean, they should tell like, why are you maybe involving yourself so much, giving so much time for those things. But eventually later it throughout, because right from second year I started winning prizes for my college. In third year I won my first international award in Calcutta. So when I started winning prizes, laurels for the college in different national conference and international conferences, then they started encouraging me. They started recognizing me. My college also recognized this to put like my posters in like different parts of college and stuff. So that started happening maybe in third year or so. So then it was all appreciation. I don't think they actually like discouraged and stuff. Yeah.
Can you tell me about your first international award and how did you
First,
feel?
yeah. So that was in the college. It is not so famous, infamous for few things. I got invited to present my one of my research papers in the plenary session in SAMSACON. SAMSACON is South Asian Medical Students Conference. That is organized by SAMSA, that South Asian Medical Students Association body, which is very prevalent and very strong in West Bengal and maybe all over the northeast of India, and maybe Uttarakhand, West Bengal. Those things very prominent. They do a lot of social activities there. So they organize this annual conference every year. So I got invited. So I had sent an abstract. So I got invited to present in plenary session. Plenary session is the superior most thing in the conference. There will be oral posters, there will be oral papers, and then comes plenary. The highest quality research works get selected for that, and so I got selected for that. And then like few others were there. I think there was one Pakistani. I think there was one. I think Bangladesh and Sri Lankan, and one from West Bengal, maybe one another two maybe from Delhi and surrounding areas. Then there was some Soviet people. Then there I won the prize. So that was my first international award, where I got selected in plenary and won. It was really a good feeling too, because I traveled so far from here and I was nervous for sure, because plenary session was held in RGKR Medical College biggest auditorium, where the seating capacity is maybe 800,000. It was hall full. I was really nervous while presenting, but it ended up well. Yeah, so Marrow recognized me, and Marrow then in my third year they given me like 2 year plan C subscription, which is a good plan to study and prepare for everything.
So, with doing all this, I'm very generous that you accepted my podcast proposal.
Thank you.
And at first, or do you think someone should pursue research as passion or CV building?
Um, I mean, it also depends on how they are introduced to that. If they are introduced, say, telling that this will help for your say if lab or USMLE, then they might perceive like that. Or if they get natural attraction towards research, then it is passion. For me, it was introduced as a new thing. As I was curious, what is ICMR, what is research? That's how then slowly I developed the passion for research. Then once I kind of decided to go on US journey, then I also got to know that it would help a lot in my CV as well. So in my case, it was that. But I feel people should pursue it for passion, for love of research, and for contributing to medical field.
So you went it for your fashion and
Yeah, initially passion. Yeah, then I realized it will definitely add to my CV. That's how I started doing even more of that.
Mhm. So, do Indian medical colleges train good doctors or obedient exam writers?
No, I feel the clinical practice and the clinical exposure in India is one of the best in the world. So the pathologies which we are exposed as a country in India, I think is second to none. I think best in the world. But the exam, like the exams thing in India is that a lot of universities and colleges in India reward people scoring high in exams more than anything else. For example, the best outgoing student is the one who gets the highest marks in say final year or whatever. That is not the criteria. I mean, I feel that's not the criteria to judge anyone as a best outgoing student, but most colleges do that. They say who has scored the highest is like the best outgoing. So I feel even colleges have to change, and they have to reward overall performing students.
So, if you would be the dean or the principal of a medical college, what would you inculcate for this thing?
And I would definitely encourage the overall development of anyone. So even in my high school where I read, they also focused. It's called Sri Ramakrishna Vidyashala Mysore. They always focused on the overall development. They gave equal importance to academics, so then that much importance only to culturals and co-curriculars, spirituality, everything. So I would definitely encourage 360 development, give equal importance to academics, and developing the art of critical thinking is very important, more than scoring well in exams. Definitely research, definitely co-curriculars, definitely a lot of volunteering activities, which gives a lot of satisfaction to ourselves. So I would encourage the 360-degree development.
And I would encourage that you people send this part to all the principals. And so, with this, I want to now talk about your USMLE decision, right?
Yeah.
So, when did you feel MBBS in India is now enough?
I never felt like it's not enough, but as I told, I was always a curious kid. So I wanted to explore more than anything else. I wanted to explore how the system in the West functions, because whatever we read, most of the things that we read in our textbooks are all the inventions or things that are written by, say, British or Americans mostly, and maybe some European countries. So uh, maybe 1 or 2 years in MBBS college, then I understood that okay, so they are the ones who are, say, setting the protocol, the main oral protocols for everything, for the management of even basic things like, say, like cough, fever, typhoid, diabetes, hypertension. So it's all decided by the West. I wanted to go there and see what makes them superior, or what makes them decide the protocols for the entire world. So it was more about curiosity than anything else.
So this triggered basically your reason for going to
Yeah,
pursue
this was the
USMLE.
main reason. Apart from that, a few perks of being in a better country and earning whatever. That was a small part of it, but it's a like curiosity.
Can you explain in detail? Was it exposure? Was it meritocracy? Was it pay? Or was it research culture over there?
I think number one, exposure above everything else. Then this all are definitely this definitely matter, because the pay matters. It definitely way more than no comparison to Indian pay. So US pay is much higher. Work life balance is maybe slightly better. Yeah, so definitely meritocracy matters, but I think for me the number one thing was exposure.
At what age did you decide to go do USMLE?
I think 19 or 20, 20
19
maybe
or 20.
20, yeah, 20 years.
And did your family support you?
Family, yeah. See, so I was genuinely interested to do neurosurgery in US. So if you go and see the NRMP match results, so NRMP is, so whoever applies to USMLE and gets a seat, it's given in NRMP match results every year. So if you see in that the statistics, the data, if people getting into internal medicine is, I think, 7,000 IMGs, international medical graduates, get into internal medicine every year. 1,000 people get into surgery every year. 10 or 15 only get into neurosurgery.
Okay.
So it's like 7,000 versus 10 or 15. So that is how difficult it is to get into neurosurgery compared to anyone getting into medicine. Like maybe like 100-fold harder. So I knew this thing, but because of that fact mainly, and maybe my parents wanted me to stay back, so they were against the decision of me going to US. So both the factors combined, but I somehow believed in myself that I can make it, and I took on the journey.
So how you are feeling like when we write NEET exam,
Mhm.
the competition is already enough.
Yeah,
We are in the 1 to 10%, right? We're in the
yeah,
1%. Then we do PG or USMLE,
yeah,
and the struggle continues to go on.
yeah.
So how did you
True.
manage the struggle? How did you manage that pressure?
Pressure, yeah, definitely, because I think for Indian exam, maybe like the only thing which the our like NMC and whatever K they see is that they only see the NEET score, the rank, and allot the seat. But US, the score is only a part of the process. So multiple things matter. So the score they test only to know that, and I think, and even when I was writing it, USMLE one was just pass or fail. There's no score only. So the only thing they see is that you should have the basic knowledge to pass the exams. But that is not a deciding factor to get into residency. They see multiple things, and the most thing importance they give is to academics. Academics means research, number one. Then they see how passionate you are and how much time you are able to dedicate to academics, because US believes not only in treating patients but also contributing to field of medicine every single day. So that's how they give a lot of importance to academics research. Number two is they also see a lot of social activities, like they see how passionate are you to help people, how much you can go, how far you can go, maybe can you go out of the way to help people. So they see a lot of social activity and stuff. So yeah, these are different factors. And also see, especially for competitive specialties, say like neurosurgery, plastic surgery, where the ratio is maybe 1:100 when you compare to medicine. So in high competitive like specialties, they also see how many years can you dedicate before the residency actually begins. So they have something called pre-residency fellowship.
Residence
Yeah,
fellowship.
or like even as a standard practice in America, also American medical students, they take 1 or 2 years off in between the medical course. Like example, after second year, they usually drop 1 or 2 years just to dedicate for research, because they see how deeply dedicated you are for the academic part of the things. So that's how for me that was the most stressful, because say an American taking 1 year off, you being a non-citizen, being an Indian, you should minimum take 2 or 3 years off. So that period, extra period which I had to give, that would really stress me.
So as you mentioned there, people have to do more extracurricular activities rather than just studying.
Just studying, especially for those who want to get into competitive specialties, yeah, like surgical things.
So the first thing was research, and
Yeah,
what other things can be inculcated in that, like joining NGOs?
yeah. You can be a part of NGOs. Also, you can be part of the societies like CNS. I mean, in whichever field you're interested in. Like example, if interest somebody want to pursue cardiology, then they can be part of AHA. They do a lot of activities to help people. If you're like want to be a general surgeon, there's this thing called ACS, American College of Surgeons, where they do a lot of things, not just academics. They do a lot of social impact activities. So you can be a part of those things. Then in India, if you're there, you can be a part of SAMHSA, MSAI, like a lot of such things. Then for neurosurgery, I was part of this thing called Machine Brain, where one of the neurosurgeons whom I'm close to, Dr. Quino Sinjoza, we call him as Dr. Q lovingly. He's he's quite famous. He's featured in Netflix as well. There's his biopic is in the episode called Surgeon's Cut.
Surgeons
Yeah,
cut.
he's quite close to me. So he and one more mentor of mine, Dr. Michael Lawton, they started this thing called Machine Brain, where in the underprivileged countries they would organize camps once in a while and do free brain surgeries. And all over the world, they run like free clinics. So I used to run free clinics for them sometimes in Bangalore. Yeah, so like that you can associate with different people who are doing at scale, and you can contribute to society.
So is there any inclusion criteria for that?
There is no such thing as inclusion criteria. Only have to have interest, have that passion to serve people, and have that take out the time from your daily activities.
So do colleges provide attendance for these reasons?
These things, no, I in my college definitely not. I don't think colleges do provide attendance for these things, because most of these things you have to take out time on your own, mostly on Sundays, or maybe you have to manage your attendance 75% criteria. Yeah.
That's true. So can you tell me the financial realities of USMLE? Like what
Financial.
what are the financial amounts we have to pay to enroll in the USMLE course,
Mhm.
and what would be the reality in for the person working in US?
Okay, so when it comes to financial things, I'll tell. And the second question was, so you invest that much and go, then what's the reward like, right? Yeah. So I think the preparation sources which I used was Kaplan. So it's definitely more expensive than any of the Indian preparatory sources. Like India, they have Prep Ladder, India has Marrow, India has Cerebellum, a lot of DAM, a lot of such things. So they all maybe have like annual subscription of say 40-50,000 for all the subjects. But USML is a stepwise exam. So for each step, the preparatory cost is much higher, maybe 2 to 4 times higher, depending on the source you use. There's Boards and Beyond, there's Kaplan, a lot of people. I mean, I think everybody reads first aid. So definitely the cost of preparation is higher. I would say like at least 3 to 4 fold higher. Then the cost of exams is much higher, because I think the NEET exam, the price would be maybe 3 to 5 thousand, but USML each step is like 1 lakh plus.
Mm.
So cost of exam is higher. Then you need to get actual clinical hands-on experience in US to get a seat in any subject, for that matters, in medicine or pediatric psychiatry, surgery, whichever you want to take. So the cost of hands-on experience, mostly 90% is all paid. So whichever university or hospital you're working, they will charge an amount, say like a lakh or 2 lakhs per month for experience, for hands-on experience. So that also you have to pay. Then when you're there, cost of living in America is higher for stay. The rent would be, if I say Indian currency, anywhere between 70,000 to a lakh per month on an average. That would be the rent per month there. Then food cost. So typically, because in USMLE, every student has 4 slots for like letter of recommendation. So every student has to maybe work in 3 or 4 different places to get this 3 or 4 letter of recommendations. So usually, what people do is they do 3 clinical rotations and 1 research rotation mostly. So they get 4 LORs. Yeah, so these all have, I mean, they take money. I think anyone wants to go for anything, I think minimum, I think 18 to 20 lakhs is the minimum maybe budget that it takes for anyone to make it. Yeah, that is the minimum. I think 15 to 20 lakhs you can
Mm.
consider. So the reward after that is much higher, because say if you graduate, okay, if you do internal medicine, then the pay would be, I think, 350K average US dollars. That would come around, say around, yeah, good. So no comparison. India, if you graduate, maybe you earn like a lakh a month. They will be easily earning 25 to 30 times more, at least 20 to 30 times more. But cost of living is slightly higher compared to, say, if you're living in Mumbai versus say you're living in New York. New York is very expensive. Any other normal city in US, the cost of living is higher, but I think over a period of time you'll be able to save more compared to India. Yeah, that's the reality.
So we are not sponsored by Scaplin, but if Scaplin wishes to sponsor us, we are ready. So, what's the biggest myth Indian students believe about USMLE?
Yeah, so most students, because of I don't know, maybe not so much exposure and things like that, I feel they believe that just by say clearing that USMLE part one, part two, and OET, they'll be eligible to take a seat. They are officially eligible, but the people who are say the program directors who are going to take you, who are going to interview and take you, will see a lot of things apart from just a scores and USMLE data.
Mhm.
So that's the biggest myth I feel. People have to understand the entire process. There's a 360-degree angle to it, how to prepare. So once without understanding that, I don't think anyone should venture. So that I feel that's the biggest myth.
So you mentioned that you have to do clinical rounds in the US for
Rotations, yeah,
internship,
yeah.
and one point of my first year, you mentioned that you did an internship in Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Can you explain about it? And did you pay for it?
That was a pay because see, that was a proper university hospital internship. It's called sub internship. So that was in my final year. So that I think was one point and I think 1.5 lakhs for the rotation. So that was a good hands-on thing where I used to get chances to see patients every day, examine them right in the morning. Early, the rounds used to start at morning 6 a.m. So I used to be in hospital by 5:30 doing the pre-round, collecting the investigations. So 6 a.m. it starts. Then rounds would go for say 1.5 hours, 7:30. Then we used to like just freshen up 10 minutes and go to OR operation room. So the OR started by 7:45, 8. That used to go until 5, 6. I used to get a lot of chance to assist the surgeons. So I've done a lot of them. Then after that, again, there used to be one more set of rounds, again, evening 6 to 7:30. Then by the time I used to go back, then we were so tired, just go and sleep. Again, get up morning 3:34, get ready, prepare your meals, and go to hospital at 5, by 5:30. Yeah,
So you're saying you paid 1.5 for lakhs for 1 month.
for 1 month rotation. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. And was it ambition or escape that you?
Uh, Escape not much. Maybe I wanted to maybe go out for some time, but I think mostly it was ambition.
Mostly it was
Ambition to
ambition.
ambition to learn more, be in a better place. Yeah, it was that.
It was that.
Yeah.
Now let's dive in the shock of reality.
Yeah.
So first day in US hospital, how did you feel?
First day, okay. So first day, I mean, luckily I went on time, so I'm not so punctual. So I went on time, and it was overwhelming because there are like a lot of all the PGs were there, like because US neurosurgery is a 7 year course. Unlike India, most 95% people do 3 years of MS neurosurgery and then 3 years of MCH. US, there is no option of doing surgery and then neurosurgery. Neurosurgery is just one course for 7 years straight.
Okay.
So because of long course, there were a lot of PGs. So I went to the room. There were like some 20 PGs, and there was staff, and everyone is white, so not used to, not used to. So yeah, they're all wearing full aprons. I was just wearing scrubs. Yeah, so it was overwhelming. The first 1 or 2 days was overwhelming because in India, I mean, obviously, in my medical college, I was exposed to different hospital software. So US mostly they use Epic EPIC. So I had to get a Epic specialized course done to use that software. So I did it. Then I was able to use. But initial days, because I didn't know to operate the system, to see investigations and reports, and yeah, even the accent matters, right? So they took 1 or 2 days to understand my accent, and I kind of followed because I used to watch English movies. But yeah, so overall it was because everything is different. So before entering the OT, I had a mask test. For that, I had to clean shave, and there's to they'll put the mask and they'll give the size. So next time when you're going to OT, you have to wear that particular size mask. So yeah, few things were different. That was a little overwhelming for me, but otherwise, yeah, it was good.
Were you the only Indian in the
No, no.
room?
Luckily, so in my posting, there was one more guy. He was from KMC. So yeah, luckily, yeah. But other two are Americans. We have four like intern types, sub interns. US first year of PG is called internship. So before that, either you're called medical students or sub interns. Yeah. So among four, two are Americans. We both are luckily interns. Yeah.
So when you were talking to the Americans,
Mm-hmm.
what were other bridge gaps did you see between you two?
Uh, when it comes to medical subject, I don't think there was any bigger because anatomy is the same and everything is the same. But yeah, I mean, the way they used to talk about things was different. The way they used to explain about things was different. The way they pursued things were different. Life in general was very different. So yeah, I got good exposure. Then initially, then we became initially it was little hard. Then gradually we became friends. Yeah, it was good.
So whenever we are in a new environment,
Mhm.
the people around us, some of them are very extrovert. They have done
Yeah.
something extraordinary that we have not done, right?
Yeah.
Someone is special in something and we are not.
Mhm.
So did you feel inferior in US?
Mm, so in terms of medical knowledge, definitely not. But in terms of maybe uh, like I didn't anything medical, I didn't feel inferior at all. But I felt a difference that like how I used to put a catheter in my college very different there.
Mm.
Here we do a lot of things manually. We have to put betadine and stuff. Then everything is kept ready.
Mm.
So the way to put a urine catheter there was little different. So I felt some kind of difference. Maybe I took maybe 3 to 4 days to adapt to that. But as such, inferior, no. I maybe you can say in terms of just because we used to interact with my like people who are working with me, they were far ahead than me in research. So there I felt like okay, they are dedicating so much time and doing so much more work. Maybe I should like catch up to them. Yeah. Okay.
What humbled you the most in US?
What humbled me the most? Like I had this sense of feeling that Americans are not so hardworking. They're all chilled, relaxed people. They don't work so much. But when I saw them working, it's like too much. Like because in India generally the PGs go to hospital around 7:30, 8. Then usually 9:30 round starts here. Then the normal course of day ends by 5, 6. Yeah, so in America the round starts at 5:30 or 6.
Mm.
You just have to be there at least 1 hour before because there everything is computerized and you have to see every patient individually and then enter the report, then see next patient. So it's very protocol based. In India you can, because a lot of things are manual, you can do some things like as per your convenience, but America it's very strict protocol based. So people t- naturally have to work more. So when I saw them working so much, the place used to be in Chicago at 5 a.m. In New York, where I worked, the round started 5:30. So the PGs were there, residents were there at 4:30, and everything's expensive in US. So they all got up at 3:30 in the morning. They took their bath, got ready, cooked their meals, drove to the hospital. So getting up at 3:30 in India, it doesn't work.
Mm.
I felt they're more hardworking, especially in neurosurgery, what I work. They get up at 3:34, they come, they do rounds and operate till evening 5, 6, then do rounds till 7, 7:30, get back, go go lie flat because it's not possible. You want to get up at 3:30 next day morning. So they sleep at 8, 8:39 maximum, don't have a life. Then the only thing like they have is one day off per week. They have like compulsory weekly off.
Compulsory weekly.
One day they have to take off. But apart from that, when they're working, I feel they work more than Indians. Maybe probably compared to more, maybe in some central institutes, maybe the Indians work more, but otherwise mostly entire American university department works like that the same way.
Mm.
So I feel they're very hardworking. They're that humbled me. I thought maybe they're not. They're all laid back, relaxed people. That's the image we have, right? A lot of work life balance. But that is a thing which yeah, it humbled me. Yeah.
I think that's a thing in our profession.
Yeah.
And with that, as you have seen many trendy reels or funny reels about it, that the Asian kids in US are tagged as the smarty pants or smart kids of Asia
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
compared to the US students.
Hmm.
Did you feel like that?
Um, so I noticed, like sometimes they used to ask questions regarding, okay, just before the case starts, the trend is in US is that just before the operation starts, the main surgeon's operating will come, see the scans, and he'll discuss the plan of action again with the entire OT staff,
Mm.
be it nurses, be it your floor nurse, everyone, all the medical students, interns, PGs, everyone. So that time they used to ask a lot of questions because we are medical students. They used to ask questions like go deep and ask questions regarding anatomy, the nerve roots and stuff like the path of nerve and injury at different level what happens and stuff. So I used to like answer decently well. So they used to appreciate. Okay, good. I know Indians are smart. They used to appreciate sometimes. Yeah.
And the part that impressed you the most is the hardworking, right?
Hardworking. Yeah, I was really impressed because my image was something else about America. So when I saw them working this hard, I was impressed. Also, the technology I got impressed because where I worked in India, the technology is okay, but there they have technology for every step. Everything is so precise, so much more level of precision. So those things also inspired me.
You had the exposure, the training, the dream. So why didn't you stay?